Yeah. So, welcome to my mental breakdown. So, what I'm actually going to be talking about today is music. Music is a really positive way, I think, of dealing with things like mental illness. Sometimes I find a song that I don't have, and for that I go to Spotify, and I was able to make a playlist there. A lot of the times I will use it as a playlist to have on in the background when I am writing an episode, or sometimes I just need to listen to it. They don't go together in any way. There's not really like a specific genre. They're all over the place. Some of them are more like kind of like somber and sad, like when you need that, and some of them are more like really loud when you're just trying to sort of block everything out. So I'm going to have a little bit of a scoring system. So every time you hear this sound and see this image, that means that the song is more loud and meant to sort of drown out the world around you and maybe even pump you up a little bit. And then when you hear this sound and see that image, that means that it's more to be sort of like somber and maybe ground you in a way. So the first song on the list is called Flagpole Sit Up by Harvey Danger. This is a song that you might not recognize by name, but I can basically guarantee that you've heard at some point. Like, you would think that the name of the song would be I'm Not Sick and then in parentheses, but I'm not well. This is definitely one of these songs. The thing that I like about it, I think, is that it's sort of like unapologetic. Yeah, I'm here. I'm a little unstable, and you're just gonna have to deal. Alright, Basket Case by Green Day. This is pretty self-explanatory. This is definitely another one of these guys. I feel like it's definitely more angry. It's a lot of like misunderstood pent-up teenage energy, it feels like, which I think is something that most people can probably relate to. And when I need to throw on a loud song because I feel like someone's misunderstanding me because of what's going on in my head, then this is a good thing for that. I mean, I don't really have that much else to say about it. Next one is Mad World by Gary Jules. It's the first one on the list that goes like on this side of things. It's a lot more somber. I think actually this is maybe technically a cover. It was like, I want to say it was maybe like a Tears for Fears song originally or something, but this version of it, it's a sort of like slow down and watch the world go by. Yeah, there's not a lot of hope in it. It's pretty sad, but I think it's a good song to sit and be sad to. Alright, the next song on the list is Unwell by Matchbox 20. I'm kind of not sure which side this goes on. It's kind of somewhere in between. It's the I'm not crazy, I'm just a little unwell. Lyrically, I think that like that part of it, the chorus, the refrain, sounds very similar to the Flagpole Sitter one, but I feel like the song is actually very different, and I think it's sort of more about screwing up and trying to apologize for it. It's not super loud, but it's also not super somber. Brain Damage by Pink Floyd. Okay, we're getting into more familiar territory for me now. I feel like, as is the case with a lot of Pink Floyd songs, it was maybe a little bit inspired by Syd Barrett. To be honest, there's so much Pink Floyd music that could go on this list. Brain Damage, I guess, goes over here, despite the fact that it's a classic rock song. It's pretty, it's a pretty quiet song, actually. You know, Pink Floyd's pretty 50-50 as far as that goes. It's about how we try and hide the crazy away. You know, we kind of try and pretend like it doesn't exist, and if someone is known not to have normal mental capabilities, we've got to like keep them on like this very specific track. Brought to you by the same band who did Another Brick in the Wall. You know, if you've ever seen the Wall movie and the kids on the assembly line as they go over and into the meat grinder, it's all gross, but like, you know, it's that band. This is by my favorite band, The Who. It's off of the album Quadrophenia. This song is called 515. It's a great album, and it's a great song, and it's definitely one of these. It's just like loud and crazy. It's really good to crank up when you need it. Okay, so going in like absolutely 100% the opposite direction, like a complete 180 here, we've got Breathe Me by Sia. One of these! Yeah, this has been used in a lot of like movies and TV shows and things too. It's really sobering. I kind of don't even know what to say about it. If you're like in a delicate place, maybe don't listen to this, but if you need to sort of feel things, it would be a good go-to for that. It's a lot. It's very quiet, it's very emotional, and it's about just like being done and at the end and hopeless. And hi, Curio. See, he knows when to show up, just like when things are at their toughest. So we go from that to another kind of more uplifting one. Next song on the list is Shake It Out by Florence and the Machine. I'm a huge Florence and the Machine fan, and I think a lot of her songs, she's another artist who I think you could put a lot of her music on this list. This one in particular is really kind of joyous. It's about dealing with your demons and moving on. If you're having a hard time dealing with stuff, or you're celebrating the fact that you have some sort of new beginning, I think this is the perfect song to listen to. Alright, the next song on here, this is one that's definitely not the sort of style of music that I would normally listen to, but has sort of become my theme song more recently. It's called Mad Hatter, and it's by Melanie Martinez. What was I talking about? Where was I? Oh, right. So Melanie Martinez. As the song would suggest, it's kind of got this Alice in Wonderland theme going on. It's kind of just like a little bit fun and bonkers. I'd put it on this side. It's not super loud, but it's just sort of quirky and weird, you know, a little whimsical. Yeah. Kind of dig it. The next song on the list is Song 2 by Blur. One of these. This song actually I have used and found very, very helpful when like I just need to get out of the house and go for a walk and blast something really loud. As a matter of fact, it's kind of like a bit of a life-saving song, and I know that that probably sounds weird. It's like, oh, this one. But yeah. Alright, the last song that I currently have on the list, and this is sort of an evolving thing, but the last song that I currently have on the list is definitely the most recent one. It's Bury a Friend by Billie Eilish, which just came out and you've probably heard somewhere. It's one of these. It's really fucking dark. Again, like if you're not in a good place, maybe don't listen to this song, but I found myself being drawn back to it repeatedly, so there's something to that. So yeah, I mean, that's all that I have on the list right now. If you have any other recommendations, like, please put them in the comments. I would love to know. And currently I have this list privated, so only I can find it, but if it's something that you'd be interested in hearing, let me know and maybe I can make it public. So if I can get my shit together, the next episode should be scripted. In the meantime, you've been watching my mental breakdown. Yeah? Do you have something to say? Do you have something to say? No? Yeah? So cute.